Hello everybody and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at the Sakura market bag part 1. Part 1 is the first 4 rows of the pattern, and I've chosen the first 4 rows deliberately because it's also the same pattern for the Sakura face scrubby. So the first 4 rows of the market bag pattern will give you a Sakura face scrubby. Let's begin. For this project you will need your yarn, 10-ply yarn. I recommend using cotton, as cotton has the least amount of stretch of all yarns, which makes it perfect for market bags as well as cloths, face cloths, cleaning cloths. I'll be using Bendigo Woolen Mills 10-ply cotton in the watermelon colour. You'll need your hook. For this yarn and project I'll be using a 4mm hook, darning needle, scissors, and stitch markers if you wish to use them. Let's begin. This pattern requires you to start with a magic circle. I begin my magic circles this way. I lay the yarn across my hand, use my last 2 fingers to hold it, thumb up here. I make a cross on the top of my hand, hold the yarn back there, put the hook facing down under the first piece of yarn, over the second, drag that through, turn my hook around, collect some of this yarn, pull it through the loop, and I have my first chain and my magic circle. Part 1 of the pattern asks for 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and then 12 double crochet into the magic circle. This pattern is using US terminology. If you would like to use UK terminology, that's 12 trebles into the circle. Let's begin. It's my first double crochet. If you'd like to use stitch markers, now is a good time to put one in, because at the end of the row we'll be slip stitching back into the top of our first double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can now pull my tail tight, and that will close the magic circle. I can check to make sure I have 12 double crochets as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. To finish this round, I slip stitch not into my chain but into the first double crochet, which I've marked with the stitch marker. Slip stitch, okay, I'm now ready to begin round 2. Okay, well, let's begin round 2. Round 2 starts with chain 2, 1, 2, 1 double crochet into the same stitch. So you can see we're going back into this hole here. 1 double crochet back into that same stitch. Now we need to do a front post double crochet around the double crochet underneath it and the chain 3. So I'm going to put my yarn around. I'm going to be going behind that chain 3 and behind that first double crochet from the row below. Collect my yarn. 1, 2. I now need to do a double crochet into our next stitch, which is here. The next stitch often looks like it's behind your front post double crochet, but it's right here, right next to it. So I'll do a double crochet into that next stitch, and then a front post double crochet in the post underneath that stitch. So I go behind the post. Repeat with another double crochet to the stitch right next to it. And a front post double crochet on that double crochet from the previous round. Behind it, come through. We're going to repeat this all the way around. So our next stitch, double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet into our next stitch, front post double crochet, a double crochet below it, double crochet into our next stitch, front post double crochet below it, double crochet into our next stitch, front post double crochet underneath it. If you're unsure of where the next stitch is, just look for your double crochet. That's my double crochet down here. So my next stitch is the loop just above it. Double crochet into there and front post double crochet around that double crochet into our next stitch, double crochet, front post double crochet around it, double crochet, front post double crochet, oops, I'm going to do this one again, double crochet, front post double crochet, and I can tell now that I've come up to my last one. So exactly the same, double crochet into that the top of the next stitch, front post double crochet around that last post, and then to finish the round we need to slip stitch into our first double crochet. Here is my chain, here is my first double crochet, so I'm going to be doing a slip stitch into there. That is the end of round 2. You can see we have our spokes starting to form nicely. Okay, let's begin round 3. For round 3, we're going to start with the chain 2. We're going to be doing a double crochet straight back into that stitch. That's the stitch we slip stitched into in the previous round. We're going to do a double crochet into the next stitch, which is also our first front post double crochet that we did in the previous round. So double crochet into that stitch. Then we do a front post double crochet around that stitch as well. So this pattern will repeat throughout the whole round. Crochet into, double crochet into our next stitch, which is here. Double crochet into our next stitch, which is also the top of a front post double crochet from the previous round, and we do a front post double crochet around that one again. So we're just extending our spokes on this row, as you can see. 2 more double crochets, 1, 2, and a front post double crochet around the front post double crochet from the previous round. We continue with this double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, front post double crochet. If you're not sure where you should be putting your double crochets, find your next front post double crochet. The top of that is your second double crochet, so the one on the right of that will be your next double crochet. So this one shows you that it is starting to hide, so I need to go in there, 1, 2, and I can do my front post double crochet again. That first double crochet does tend to hide behind your front post double crochets. So if you do not end up doing a front post double crochet above a previous one, you have missed a stitch. Simply reverse and find it. Continuing with my double crochets and my front post double crochet. Double crochet, double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, front post, oops, double crochet, double crochet, front post double crochet. Now we're coming up to our last repeat of this pattern. Double crochet, double crochet, front post double crochet, and to end the row I slip stitch into my first double crochet. Again, if you're not sure which one that is or you didn't use a stitch marker, find your front post double crochet, 2 double crochets before that. So I'm going to just slip stitch into here, and that is the end of round 3. Let's begin round 4. For round 4 we need to do a chain 1. We need to do a single crochet into that same stitch. For this round we're going to be doing 7 double crochets into the top of our front post double crochets, every second one of those. So at this point I'm going to be skipping the next 2 stitches and doing 7 double crochets into this stitch here, which is the top of the next front post double crochet. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At the end of those 7 double crochets, I need to anchor my work. So I'll be going to the next front post double crochet and doing a single crochet into here. So skip 2, 1, 2, single crochet into the third, which is also the top of our last front post double crochet. Single crochet into here. I'll be repeating this fan all the way around. So I look for my next front post double crochet, which should be 3 stitches along. 1, 2, 3, and I'm doing 7 double crochets into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to anchor that, so skip 2 stitches, 1, 2 into the third, which is also the top of our next front post double crochet, and I'm going to do a single crochet here just to anchor that in. Repeating the fans again, 7 double crochets into my next front post double crochet, the top of that one. Skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, the third one is the top of my next front post double crochet. 7 double crochets into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anchor that again by going to the top of our next front post double crochet with a single crochet. 7 double crochets into our next front post double crochet. You can count along the stitches 1, 2, 3, or by now you might actually be able to start noticing them. 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anchor that by going to the top of our next front post double crochet with a single crochet. 7 double crochets into the top of our next front post double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anchor that into the top of our next front post double crochet with a single crochet, and I've got my last fan to go. 7 double crochets into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. finish this row off, I do a slip stitch into our first single crochet, which is this one right here. Slip stitch into there. That is part 1 of our Sakura market bag done, which is also the Sakura face scrubby. If you are leaving us now and you are completing your project with the face scrubby, I have done another video tutorial on an invisible finish, so you might want to implement that now. Can I also make sure that at the back, with your first piece of yarn, your finishing tail or beginning tail, that you sew this in around multiple times through this ring. You do not want it to come undone on your market bag or on your face scrubby. So the more times that you sew this into your beginning magic circle, the more secure it would be. Thank you for joining us today. I look forward to part 2 of our market bag. See you soon.